Can you do the Raven dance? I challenge you. Let's go.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Okay, I want to share this story with you with Vaughx Rush Booker. He's 36 years old. Now, this story is reported as of today. Now, it's in July the 5th. I want to share this story it's about a lynching of a black man. Now, this is what he stated. I don't want to recount this, but I was almost the victim of an attempt lynching. I don't want this to happen to me or anyone. It hurts my soul and my pride. But there are multiple witnesses and it can't be hidden or avoided. On July the 4th evening, others and me were victims of what I would describe as a hate crime. I was attacked by 5 white men with a Confederate flag who literally threatened to lynch me in front of numerous witnesses. For my family and friends, I'm okay. I'm diagnosed with minor concussions, some abrasions, bruises, and some rips out of hair patches. I'm sorry you're learning this way, but I don't have the energy to keep retelling this. You may not want to watch those videos. The backstory is individuals, my friends, and me had a plan on gathering to view the Lenore equipped and Lake Monroe rather than celebrate Independence Day. We were simply looking forward to a night of enjoyment, nature, awesome beauty. On our way to the park, we, a friend, and I encountered a large white male, seemingly drunk, wearing an oversized hat with a Confederate flag printed on it. We were polite and continued on, even though the encounter felt awkward. We noticed at the beginning forward to us in the ATV, and we stopped, and he drove up behind us and then started. We were on private property. We relayed to him that we believe the organizers of the received permission for the property owners to cross, but apologized and went on to our beautiful site. Just off the water without any further incident, when we arrived, we were told events organizers and encounters that it was relayed that the individual wasn't the actual property owner of the organization and apologized. It is stating that, give me a second, and apologize. Even though we advise our folks still en route to use the public beach way to avoid a possible conflict arise, we later found out that the individuals who blocked off the public beach way with the bolt and their ATV claiming that it was also their land. When folks tried to cross, they yelled white power at them. Honestly, we thought it might just be one of those drunken individuals with a Confederate hat who had encountered earlier who might be antagonizing for his conflict. We decided to just walk back and attempt to simply have a conversation with some of more sober seeming group members and see if we could smooth things out over a little bit. We were calm and polite, but looking back now, it was apparent that those individuals began targeting our group the moment they saw myself, a black man, and were looking to provoke a conflict. The individuals who claimed for a moment then quickly became aggressive. Give me a second. And we started to simply leave. Rather than to go back to the public beach, they angrily indicated us to use the trail. So we complied. And a friend and I started walking away from them back to the site. A short moment later, they began following and yelling at us. 2 of them jumped me from behind and knocked me to the ground. I tussled with 2, and another one joined in, then 2 more. The 5 were able to easily overwhelm me and got me on the ground and dragged me, pinning on my body against me, to a tree. so allegedly pulled to the tree, and they began pounding my head and ripped off some of my hair, with several of them still on top of my body holding me down. Whew. Give me a second. And dragged me and pinned my body to the tree and began pounding me on my head and ripped some of my hair off, and some of them still on top of my body holding me down. They held me pinned and continued beating me for several minutes, seemingly because more and more enraged as they kept trying to seriously injure me. And falling at one point during the attack, one of the men jumped on my neck. I could feel both his feet and a full body weight land hard against my neck. At the point, commotion at the sounds of one man, young teenager daughter screaming for her father and others to let me go, started attracting more people, most of whom I didn't know. They started attempting to intervene. The attackers told the growing group were going to break his arm. We're going to break his arm. While literally attempting to bend my arm backwards behind me, they stated that the members of the party several times get a noose. Among some of the other choice words within steel pins underneath them, they kept telling onlookers to leave the boy, and that everyone else, all white, could go. Folks then started filming and confronting and shouting that they wouldn't leave me to be killed. I lacked the ability to adequately express the thoughts regarding that the moment how many black people have had the same surreal, terrifying experience, and strangers talking about their own life murders in front of them, who then didn't live to see another day. They, white allies, got the attackers off me, and their drunken individual continued to follow us, attempting to explain that we were already on public park land and quite away from the other land they could claim, yet they continued to yell slurs, strike back, and strike bystanders filming, all while beer cans were still in their hand. Others were finally able to stop the attackers and pursuing our group. We called 911, who transferred to us. They transferred to the DNR. When the DNR eventually arrived, they didn't contact us to ensure no one was injured. Instead, they went directly to speak with the individual attackers. When they finally came to the beach near the campsite where we were awaiting, multiple individuals who didn't know each other shared videos and relayed the individual messages yelling "white power" and other derogatory remarks and threatening my life multiple times, and also assaulted approximately 60-year-old man who stopped to film of the counter, yet DNR refused to arrest any of these individuals. Even though multiple witnesses, several who filmed the current and collaborated our accounts, instead of the officers stating they contacted the prosecutor's office, who relayed where there were no intermediate need to arrest anyone, and that the officers who simply filed the report. They reiterated the attack occurred on the public land and that it was recorded by numerous individuals who made statements against the attackers for assaulting them and me. I gravely concerned that in any other people of color who were to cross their paths, they would be killed. I am not sure I know what to do next. I consider myself a leader. I am a Human Rights Commission, and I do so many other roles. I don't know what to do. Leaders are supposed to know what to do, but I'm going to cry. Give me a second. I refuse to die with these white men on top of me while I'm struggling for every breath. I still refuse to be a hashtag of some racial violence. I do know what we are in a community that stands against racism if we choose. Bloomington had 3 public incidents involving over racist individual who were then who was then backed by the police within a month. Are we going to wait for a black person to be lying dead in the gutter before we act? When is enough actually enough? When enduring gratitude to those who stopped merely bystanders and act to aid me, who told the police that they seen and heard and shared their outrage at DNR and other prosecutors' office interaction and actions. If you'd like to help do something, please ask Monroe County Prosecutors Erika Oliphant swiftly to act brings these individuals to justice. And they gave this number here. Yes, we may share. Yes, you may share. I'd appreciate it. I'd like you to go log off for a day to attempt to maintain my peace and well-being. And this came from Vaughx Booker. For those inquiring how to provide financial support, I like to follow support activism. And this is the information he had posted and stuff. Now, this is went on his Facebook page and stuff, because basically he had posted the videos and stuff of what had happened. Now, I'm going to share with y'all the news clips and stuff that went out. But before I do that, I'm going to share with y'all with the actual video of it happening. Check this out.
Please let him go. We're going to as soon as you let him go. I'm going to.
Guys, get the fuck out of here.
Let him go.
Get your phones out here and go.
Let him
Shake
go.
your head at me
Let him
and
go.
go. Get the
Let him
fuck
go.
out of here. Go.
Sean, let him go.
You're causing more problems. You are, so you're doing this.
Sean, let him go.
I am not going to
We're just trying to get out of here, guys. We're just trying to get out of here.
stop. Listen.
Let him go.
He down here. They're trying to lynch him. It's right here. It's right here. They're trying to kill him.
Let him go. Let him go, dude. Let him go. Let him go. Please, let him go. Please let him go. We're going to as soon as you let him go. I'm going to.
Guys, get the fuck out of here.
Let him go.
Get your phones out here and go.
Let him
Shake
go.
your head at me
Let
and
him
go.
go.
Get the
Let him
fuck
go.
out of here. Go.
In a Star Wars.
You're worse than the police. You're totally worse than the police. The police didn't even prove it.
You happy about this? You fucking nappy-headed rings, you happy about this?
What do you really want to call me?
Do it, you nappy-headed bitch.
What do you want to call me?
About this? You with your 5 white friends?
You know what I want to say?
You happy with your 5 white friends?
You guys started all this shit.
Fuck you, put it in your fucking film, bitch.
You used to
Film
remember
it.
when you
Film
said
it all.
that.
Fuck you. Come over here again, bitch. Come over here again. Film it.
This sucks. This sucks both ways, guys.
Come over here again.
This sucks both ways.
No,
Let's go. Let's get this. Come on. Come on. Let's
Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Just like
I have no
all you
problem.
were
I have no
when you came
problem.
I know. Just like you guys invaded us.
No one invaded.
You guys invaded us. We were having a great time and you invaded
No one
us.
invaded you.
Stupid fucking liberal fucks. That's what you get. Take your ass on.
What's on? Are you okay?
Oh yeah, hold the fart, you little fucking bitch.
You are so amazing.
Confrontation between 2 groups in Monroe County is under investigation. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Debbie Knox.
And I'm Lindsay Eden in for Bob Donaldson tonight. The confrontation was caught on video and showed a white man pinning a black man against a tree. CBS 4's Melissa Crash joins us now live from the newsroom with new information. Melissa?
Yeah, CBS 4 is working to get permission to show you what happened here. But here's what we can tell you. All the videos were recorded over the weekend in a wooded area near Monroe Lake. As we've mentioned, in one video, you can see a white man pinning a black man against a tree while people yelled for him to let today. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources confirmed to CBS 4 that the matter is under investigation. In a statement, they went on to say the Indiana Department of Natural Resources Law Enforcement Division can confirm our officers responded to this call for service. The final report will be forwarded to the Monroe County Prosecutor's Office upon completion. Now, we spoke with the Bloomington Mayor, John Hamilton, earlier today.
I was horrified to see videos of one of my residents being clearly assaulted. These are really painful times. It's a painful episode, and I'm going to do all I can to remind most of us that most of us have warm embraces for all of us, and we need to keep expanding that circle and holding each other close.
And earlier today, Mayor Hamilton also sent a statement referencing another Bloomington incident, saying a sheriff's deputy from Lawrence County questioned and detained a black Bloomington resident walking down the street in Bloomington in a, quote, apparent example of racial profiling. Again, we are working to get video approved from that first incident. We'll have more on this developing story tonight on CBS 4 at 11. But for now, reporting in the newsroom, I'm Melissa Crash.
Investigating a caught-on-camera confrontation as a possible hate crime. Vaughx Booker, who is black, says he was assaulted and threatened with a noose as he walked with friends last weekend. A word of warning, parts of the video are offensive. CBS's Erika reports.
Let him go, dude. Let him go.
36-year-old Vaughx Booker says he feared for his life after a group of white men pinned him against a tree and assaulted him. It happened in Bloomington, Indiana, while he and his friends were planning to spend 4th of July at Lake Monroe.
And they say that they're going to break my arms, as one of them literally has my arm twisted behind me.
Booker says one of the men threatened to kill him.
One of them said to the other one, get a noose. Not get a rope, but literally get a noose.
Bystanders videotaped the incident. Once Booker was let go, his attackers hurled more racial insults at him.
What do you really want to call me?
You nappy-headed bitch.
There was a moment where you're saying, you know, you want to say it, so say it.
You know, you could feel the hate coming off these folks. People needed to witness that. People needed to see that we aren't this post-racial America where everyone lives in peace, that racism is still there.
Booker's friend, Ian Watkins, who tried to help,
and they seemed entertained by the idea of killing him.
Booker walked away with minor injuries, but he says it's the scars you can't see that hurt the most.
How is your mental health right now?
But I'm going to take this energy and take this moment to make sure that there's change that comes from this.
And there was another protest tonight in Bloomington, Indiana, in support of Vaughx Booker. This after yesterday's protest turned violent when someone sped through a crowd and injured 2 people. Tonight, the mayor tells me they are still looking for that driver. Nora?
All right, Erika Duncan.
The fact we're into this Black Lives Matter and the movement and stuff, there are a lot of white people that do not like Black Lives Matter. They say all lives matter. They don't understand the message. So people that are outliers that don't feel as though this right what's actually happening, they did a protest. Now while protesting, you're going to get people out there understanding his story, trying to fight for what happened. They want the cops locked up. Now remind you, the cops have not been locked up. The cops actually came and got the report, and yet still they did nothing. Everybody went home and stuff like that, and nobody was arrested. They sure proved people tried to let them know what happened. The cops let them go ahead on home about their merry way, pay them no mind. While doing the protests and stuff, it was peaceful. Then all of a sudden it started getting heated. Someone inside the car got upset during the protest, got inside their car, and it was setting it up. Now what they're going to do, they're going to run the car through the crowd of the peaceful protest and try to run people over. And at the end of the day, when they started their car, they started going down into the crowd where everyone is at, which is like a cranberry car. And I'm going to share the video in reference to that. So brace yourself, and you see them hit the person, and they're on top of the car, protesters are holding on, and the person is still on the inside. This is America. Check this out.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, right there, not stopping. Still up. Holy fuck, they won't get off. What the fuck? Yeah.
Okay, he asked that you share this video where you can. Monroe County Prosecutors, Erika, 812-349-2670, basically, or email her. He needs someone to get in contact and find out why the cops didn't do anything. Why they didn't arrest these people? Why they're still walking around? He feels as though they are very dangerous, and yet and still, they still got away with it. People showed and tried to protest, let people know what was going on. That's why they protested, and basically they was like, well, we can get away with it, and they did. So he's upset. He wants you to contact. He also wants you to share this video where you can. Share it everywhere you can, because you have to make a lot of noise. If we make a lot of noise, it will be brought to justice. Share this video where you can. Subscribe to my channel. Top there's the Instagram button. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. Another message for you. Hit the subscribe button right now, please. Oh, baby. We got a story to talk about, people. Let's go. Comment below. Let me know how you feel with this video. Share this video everywhere you can. I love you.